Me. There you are. Me. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So God said that I should give the dream because it gives a better context to, how things unfolded, the song that came and everything, what it all is meaning. So, um, all right. So this was back like 2001, and so the dream was like first thing I remember in the dream was like I was at this house. Like I bought, like I want to say I bought this house. The house had an atrium. It was one of the houses that I always kind of like see myself in. It was like it was mansion-esque. It was, it was nice looking house. And I remember like, I don't know, like I remember talking to one of my relatives. And I remember being in the driveway. All right, so like the scene cut to like New York or something, like somewhere where it was all about big business and you know something like that. Something like a business deal. And I was at an office building in New York, and the office building was conjoined to another office building by a walkway. And so I remember being in the meeting and coming out of the meeting. I think it was like four of us in there, four heads. We talking, we got papers, something's going down, whatever. I leave out of the meeting and I go into I go like, towards the other building, but I'm like on the walkway that's like kind of suspended over the street. And I'm looking out and I start seeing like planes, bombs and stuff shooting. It was all kind of some kind of disaster going on, some kind of big situation. And as I'm looking out, I saw my reflection right at my head. I'm looking at my head, and I look into my eye, and my whole face kind of just morphs into the eye of this bird. Like my face morphs into the eye of a bird. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I pull out and I'm this bird. Like the view pulls out and I'm this huge bird, but I'm all scaly. I look like I've been through some shit. Like I'm all like my fur is gray. Like it ain't fur. It's like all matted and gray. It's all messed up. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So the next thing I see myself flying out in the world, and the world is like in a bad place. It's like a post-apocalyptic times. That's it's like everything is dead. There's no people around. Disaster looking around. And I see Will Smith from I Am Legend. We remember I Am Legend, so he would come out like, at certain times to scrounge for food before, he would have to go in and fight, because he got to fight the zombies at night or whatever. So Will was out there scrounging for food or something. And I could see he was in a bad state, like his mind, his heart, he was hurting. And I went down and I flew near him, what I mean? Just flew and I caught his glance and just kept on going. And somewhere in that, I communicated something to him, and it lifted him. He kind of picked up his strut. You know what I mean? He just felt a little better about the situation. And then my attention just kind of turned to the clouds, and that was it. Yeah. So when that kind of was it, like what was happening was I was waking up, but there was a song that was going on. It was my ancestress. She was in there singing a song in my head, and that song was about me. The song was, well, the dream, the song, it all was about something that God wants me to do. Something that's selfless that God wants me to do. that God wants me to use me for. And I saw it all those years ago, and it was almost like, not almost. It was like, when you're ready, you'll sing the song. And yeah, it's 20 something years ago. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Life is saying you need to be ready, bro. Life is saying, look, this is what we want you to do. You need to just do it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I guess I'm a little hesitant because it's the whole context is shocking to me. Like, like this news dawning down on me that God wants me to do something. It's like, and I watch, around my life, I watch all my friends betray me, my family, everybody betray me. It's like it's just me and God left, and my son, me, Tef, and God. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got kicked out the bus. You know what I mean? Only me and Tef going to heaven. Now that was actually something I told my dad. I spoke to my dad and I said, if God said that, he was killing the world tomorrow and you got to fill up this bus with people that's yours, you know what I mean? Who would you do? And yeah, I put all my people in there. These same folks who betrayed me. Same folks, exact same folks. But then it was more though. It was actually more people. But yeah, I'm going off on a tangent. Yeah, so like as I look at that whole thing, the dream and the song, and my life, you know what I mean? It's all about God is saying that God wants to use me, but God wants me to be innocent. It's something about getting to your innocence, reclaiming your innocence in your adulthood. That's what that's what this is all about. Dying to the ways of the world. Those ways, of selfishness. You know what I mean? The ways of the world that bind you to your loins, bind you to your pleasures, bind you to other people and their will and their karmas. At the end of the day, the world is a place of pain. And yeah, it's about coming here and enjoying the world. But it's not about getting all get caught up in this place and you hurt your growth and development. This place will trick you. It's an illusion. You know, you know, it's all designed to turn on something within you. Well, I can say that from personal experience. This life is designed to turn on something within you, you know. But, you know, but not if you're selfish, you're the selfish type of individual who only really looks for self, looks for the person, looks for your own, look out for you, right? Then you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that. You might actually just be upset about life because you'll find that, life won't work for you. That won't work for you because you are connected to everybody. So being selfish, you only do yourself a disharm. We are connected to each other through the breath. And not only that, through the blood, through everything. We're connected. Even though we look different, we are connected. And the job is to come here and learn that we are connected even though we are different. And to operate through that instead of that initial reaction that says, I'm going to be afraid of something that's different than me. If that thing that's different is going to harm me, I'm going to go into my animal mode in defense because I don't know what that is over there, rather than go into my God mode and seek to understand what that is over there and perhaps unify with it as part of me. Yeah, I say perhaps because, hey, you might find out that that's something that's going to attack you and you might have to defend yourself. But the thing is to be ready for either emotion, to be ready for either one. It's going to come one way or the other. Are you ready for it? That's what life tells you to do. Life tells you to be ready for however it comes. You know? Yeah. I mean, you know, people, what I've discovered about myself, apparently, is that people think I'm a pretty sweetheart. People think I'm a very sweet person, and I am. I'm a sweet guy. I'm a good guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a compassionate individual. You know what I'm saying? I mean what I say. I got good intentions for people. I got good intentions for the world. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, I can be a jerk. I could be an ass. I'm undefeated as far as fighting. I haven't been one of these individuals who've been able to, kind of sidestep fights and not, nah. In my life, I've had a couple dust ups. You know what I mean? And I can tell you that I ain't never lost a fight. I've never, one-on-one fight. I never got my ass whooped, you know. So, that tells you that I'm equal parts compassion and passion. You know what I'm saying? I'm, both the king of cups and the king of wands, you know. So, but that's what life tells you to be. Life says you got to do it all. You got to do all kinds of stuff. You got to bring all kinds of aspects of your personality. You got to draw from those 11 there. You got to draw from the 11 within you. You have to balance, the genders within you. Because some days you have to be hard. Some days you have to be soft. But ultimately, it's about doing the right thing. It's about getting back to innocence. Are you out here harming people? Are you out here lying and getting people stuck, getting people hurt? Are you deceiving people? That's rough right there. Like, wow, you're a real jerk. You want to take it upon yourself, knowing that God is looking at you. You got your Shepsu looking at you. You got the mirror somewhere nearby, and you going to approach someone else in deception? That's just like, yeah, right there, you're denying God. You're denying the fact that you have a higher power if you can approach someone else and be deceptive with the intention of, harming or just benefiting selfishly. Yeah, but life will show you. Life will show you what I just said. If you're not wise enough to just wise up, life is going to show you eventually. Everything goes out, comes back. So some of y'all are questioning whether I'm in the juju. Think about that. Everything that goes out comes back. I don't have to be into juju. Yeah. But, yeah, at the end of the day, what do you want from your child? You want your child to be obedient. Listen to what you got to say. You know what I mean? Take your advice. So, your Father who art in heaven wants the same thing. Return to innocence. The world is overrated. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.